Welcome, everybody, to the RnR CatCast, a fan-based podcast focusing on Montana State athletics. We're two dudes named Ryan from the state of Washington talking about our dear Montana State. We hope you enjoy. All right, welcome back, Bobcat fans. Thanks for joining us on another episode of the RnR CatCast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Foley. I'm joined with my good buddies, Ryan Thornburg and Zach Levere. We're part of the RnR, the Montana State affiliate of the Big Sky Podcast Network. And we want to give a shout out to the Bobcat Collective. If you're passionate about supporting Bobcat athletes, visit bobcatcollective.com today to learn more and sign up to be a member for as low as $25 a month. Membership supports student athletes and provides great perks for members, including exclusive access to events, behind-the-scenes content, some swag, and more. That's bobcatcollective.com. Fellas, we're here to talk the defense. We did the offense last week. We're going to punt on the special teams, pun intended, and we're going to talk defense today, fellas. How you guys doing?
Love the joke.
That was pretty bad.
I thought of that one.
That was pretty dad jokey.
But I'm doing good.
Yeah,
doing well as well.
Two dads here.
All right. Yeah, Zach, you were at some of the events. You went to the scrimmage. You were at the Kennedy Athletic Center today for the grand opening. So we'll get your thoughts on that. Little rundown for today. We'll get into some news. There's some news concerning Bobcat football. We're inching closer to kickoff. Next week will be our game preview for Oregon. So we'll cover some of that. We're going to go into the defense just like we did the offense last week. Go position by position, talk about the guys that are going to light it up on defense for us this year. We're going to play Name That Cat. Third installment of that. We're tied 1-1. Thorny B. Zach. Both got it wrong last week. Got the dinger ready. Hopefully we'll hit that sweet sound today. And then we'll hit some golden coolies at the back end of this.
Also
All
be
right.
debuting the gambling segment.
Ooh.
Have the lines.
Gambling segment. Okay.
It'll be like
Let's
dipping a
sneak
toe in the water.
Okay, let's sneak the gambling segment in between, right before we do golden coolies, after Name That Cat.
I like
it. And I have some, I guess I have to sprinkle in some buy or sell. So just a little navigating the show today. Might be a little bit messy, but it'll be fun. But first, let's talk about what's in our golden coolies.
What's in your golden coolie?
What's in your golden coolie is brought to you by Wilbur Ellis. Go see Shea Ritter and Company up in Fort Benton for all your farming and fertilizer needs in the Golden Triangle there. I got Lewis and Clark, Miner's Gold, Hefo Island.
Nice. That is solid.
Always a classic.
Solid beer. What you guys, Zach?
I got a Hacho Libre from Madison River Brewing, their take on a Mexican lager.
Pretty good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I had quite a few this weekend, I'll put it that way. I had a very Montana weekend of fishing and golfing, and yeah, it was a good weekend.
Nice, dude. I'm rocking a beer from Thorny's Neck of the Woods from Rubens Brewing, Summer IPA. So there you go, Thorny. Have you seen this one on your shelves with little trout?
I haven't gone shopping for a beer in a minute, so I guess I haven't.
All right, I picked it up.
I would have skipped right over it if it was an IPA, though.
Yeah, I know. It's not your cup of tea. Although it's not too IPA-ish.
Okay.
It is hoppy. It's a traditional. It's more of a traditional West Coast. Maybe, I know you like the hazy's a little bit better, but picked it up on the shelves today. We had a couple guys over for some dinner tonight, and just wanted to be generous. So that's what we got.
Solid.
Full disclosure, It's almost Oktoberfest. I'm probably going to be leaning hard into the German beers here for next month.
Attaboy.
I had one this weekend. I was like, Oktoberfest. I saw it on the board. I'm like, this Oktoberfest on tap already? Give it.
Ooh,
we're there.
I love a good malty.
We're there.
I mean, it was Sierra Nevada, which I'm pretty sure. Don't they brew that all year? I don't know, but
nice.
Whatever it was, I was excited.
Okay, Zach. We'll get into the news. First things off the bat, the Kennedy Stark Athletic Center was the grand opening today, also known as the indoor practice facility for some of you who are not cultured enough to know that. Zach, you attended. Give us the deets.
Man on the ground, yeah. Supposed to be an outdoor ceremony, and as given the name for an indoor practice facility, thunderstorm rolled right in right at the start of it, so everything moved inside, which kind of showed why we need the facility in the first place. Worked well. Had a lot of fun. Enjoyed the festivities, the speeches. Got to meet President Testman for the first time. Shook his hand. Very very positive start to his tenure, in my opinion. His social media stuff has very been on the ground. A lot of interactions, a lot of high energy. Yeah, really liked what he said about the speech. One thing he brought up too is we want to have the best team. There's a lot of teams in the new landscape of the NCAA that are more I versus we kind of teams. So that was a big sticking point for him, is he is all about the universal team, not just the individual. So big thing from him. I mean, the facility is amazing. I got a little sneak peek on Friday. It got to mess around with my brother and my dad. It's world class, man. The line that kept coming up that I said to some people said to me, came up in the speeches, is it's a game changer. It puts us on par. And it's something we've needed for a long time, that it's a dream come true, and we're very lucky to have it. And it's going to help us out in a lot of different sports. It's really a fortunate thing, and it just shows how awesome we're doing right now. You're going to be blown away how big it is.
Yeah, well, we've seen it. We were there last year, and it is so it's grand in stature for sure. Like, I guess if you've seen it on pictures, it doesn't do it service. It's remarkably big. But I was just thinking, like, the guys we bring in during the winter, like, you bring them to a playoff game in Bozeman, and then they're all cold on the sideline, and then you point to that thing and go, "Hey, that's what we're practicing right now." It's unreal. Like, the guys we're getting already are top shelf guys. Imagine if this pushes it just that much more for the recruiting aspect.
Just the
Not even
preparedness.
talking about the benefit it's going to have just for the team in general, being able to practice November playoffs, December, being safe, getting the reps in, right? Huge.
Yeah.
I do love that the Grizz have like folded theirs up and like sent it back to the manufacturer. Just funny timing. We unveiling our brand new one, and theirs is like not even there because it got sent for maintenance. Love it.
We popped their bubble, you could say.
Yep.
So many good jokes we can make about that right now.
Yes.
It's a day that's been a long time coming, and I mean, somebody mentioned in one of their speeches, the idea and concept of an indoor practice facility at Montana State has been around since 2008.
Yeah.
And now we have one. So,
hey, Zach, a little quick question on Testman. Similar vibes as Cruzado?
Yeah, I would say so. Yes, both very upbeat personalities. You know, if you were to walk a mile and talk with them, I feel like it would be lost, because they're going a million miles an hour in their head, and they've just got so much going on, but they can juggle it. Like, just talking with that guy and getting with him, he's on the move constantly, which is awesome.
Haven't seen much from him, but what I have seen, he has that energy. Excited for his tenure to start. Okay, Zach, talk to us a little bit about the scrimmage. You were there. We got a little bit of feedback on the quarterbacks. What's your take on the quarterbacks?
I think Lampson's the guy. He started with the ones. I thought Chance didn't have a very good day. I thought Duchesne had a pretty good day. And then the two freshmen, just a little mop-up duty. Lampson's going to be the guy. I think that's where we stand. That's what I've heard from some other people. It's going to be, it's his team.
Or a friend of mine, Clinton Topol, probably just ousted him. I haven't talked to him yet, but he posted online. He's on Bobcat Nation. Clinton T. Sorry, Clinton, if you didn't want anybody to know your last name. He posted that 13-6 looked really good, and that's Lamson and Chance Wilson, and that He drove from Great Falls. Paraphrasing, he said he was nervous about the quarterback system. Glad he made the trip and it put his nerves to ease on that. Lamson, Chance Wilson. Lamson going to be the starter?
Lamson's going to be the guy, in my opinion. I think we'll learn that pretty soon here. He's got 2 years of eligibility left. I think it's going to be his team going in to Oregon. And my other big takeaway, not to get away from the offense, is we should have the best defense in the FCS by far. We just have
That's
studs.
quite a statement.
Yeah.
That's a big statement, and I can't wait to dive into the defense.
I would be shocked by the end of the year if we don't lead most statistical categories within the country. Not just conference, the country.
All right. Let's give a little buy or sell right now. Buy or sell, the defense will have more interceptions than we did last year. We only had 9 interceptions last year. We were 6th in the conference. Buy or sell, the defense will have more interceptions this year.
I'm going to buy it.
You're buying? Okay. Thorny?
Is that just for regular season?
That's a good question.
If that's for the entire year, I don't know. I'm going to say, gosh, I feel like I'm going to sell that.
Okay.
We aren't interception happy. We haven't been forever.
Now that Bird agrees,
a couple pockets here and there, but
can I buy or sell more holding penalties this year?
Thorny just made me think about this. The only interception in 2024 by a returner this season was Jackson Harmon's pick against Maine. So we have, if we're going to beat those 9 interceptions, a lot of new guys, a lot of new cats are going to have to make some hay for us. And we'll get into that defensive back unit here coming up pretty soon. Last thing I want to mention in the news is Montana State came out today saying, hey, we're going to do this 2027 Vegas kickoff against North Dakota State. And that made me instantly excited.
Hell yeah.
Labor Day weekend, 2024. And it's before the Miami, Utah game, the battle of the U's, right? Last year, this game, not the FCS game, there was another game, and it was in the press release that came through. Over 60,000 people were there in Vegas watching this game. It was the kickoff to the college football season. So
it was LSU USC.
Yeah, that's what it was.
A little bit different.
I can't say Montana
programs.
Montana State and North Dakota State are not going to maybe draw 60,000. That'd be pretty cool. But I would dare say maybe there might be more cats at the Vegas kickoff than potentially Frisco from last year or the year before or 2 years before that, just because Vegas is easier to get to. Yeah, that's another thing. Labor Day weekend, Vegas, you're probably looking at like 105. Whole bunch of whiteys from Montana getting sunburned. North Dakota. Yeah. Whole bunch of sunburned big backs out there trying to get into the stadium. I love it. Man.
They're gonna say NFR isn't till December, fellas.
Dude, you know what? And just the bad blood between our fan bases is growing. I did not enjoy any of my interactions with those Bison fans in Frisco last winter, and I don't even want to chop it up with them. Maybe in a kind of a controversial way a little bit, but gosh dang it, I want to beat those guys so bad.
Vegas today was 103. It's 105 tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean it's the desert. That's probably what they average, So whatever. Anyways, that's the news. It's gonna be fun. Are you guys gonna go? Thorny already committed. Zach will be there.
I'll figure it out.
All right, guys. Well, it's gonna be an RnR fest.
It's gonna be the closest thing we'll get to a bowl game.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, I had somebody say today, what is Leon trying to do to us? Is he trying to make us all degenerates? We go to play Nevada Reno to start next year, and we got to go to Vegas the year after.
Another thing I thought about too. So in the same vein, they announced in 2029 the Grizzlies will be playing South Dakota State. Yeah, South Dakota State for the Vegas kickoff. And the very first thing that came to my mind is that's going to make Grizz fans mad because they never play anybody tough preseason. The last time they played a tough team, they had North Dakota State come to their Smokefield Stadium in like 2014.
15?
I might have been.
Yeah, 2015. I think it was.
15. I was here in Spokane, and I was still living in Montana when that happened. So, I think it was 2013. Who's the guy? Who's the quarterback from North Dakota State? Jensen? No, not Jensen. Big,
No,
tall,
it
drink of
was
water.
Carson
Went
Wentz.
to the Eagles. Carson Wentz, yeah.
Wentz.
He lost. So, there you go. All right, boys.
August 29th, 2015. Montana 38, North Dakota State 35, Grizzly Stadium.
Okay, so I'm going to give us a little bit of...
Just glosses over the whole...
I'm done with that conversation. Moving on.
The fact that you misremembered
Zach,
where you were.
So yeah, Zach, I'm just going to mention sometimes it's hard to hear you today because on our end, you are completely your audio is jumbled. So if you want to get out and get back in, you could do that. That could help. But
yeah,
we'll see you in a moment.
It's gotten better the last couple minutes.
Yeah, it's gotten better, but
sucks. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to give us a little bit of stats on our defense from last year. And Thorny, you're going to ask me, is this conference only or is this overall? I do believe this is overall because I didn't think about it. So if you go to the Big Sky Conference and just look at stats, I think it's overall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most likely.
All right. So here's the things we were good at. Montana State was first in sacks. We had 37 sacks last year, which was pretty awesome. And we were first on opponents' first downs against us. They only averaged 15.8 first downs against us. We were second on third down conversions, which was significantly better in my brain. I've always harped on third downs against us. Opponents only converted third downs against us 34% of the time. But if you remember this last year, Thorny, we were pretty bad on fourth down. Stopping fourth down. Yeah. We were 6th in the conference overall. And that was pretty much close to being 50%. It was 47% of the time opponents converted fourth downs against us. So I just wanted to give a couple of stats on that. We allowed 18.3 points per game. So that was first overall.
Yeah,
and for yards, we only allowed 311 yards per game, and that was first as well. So Montana State pretty much was number one overall if you were just ranking all those statistics together. So it'd be hard to improve is what I'm trying to say. Montana State does have some room for improvement. Let's get into it. Let's start up front. The big boys, the Hogs, the defensive line. Here we got returning starters, Paul Brott. Heard of him?
Ooh.
There's a big flag
Dad.
with his number. Yep. We got Alec Eckert coming back, Kenneth Iden. Those are your returning starters. Other returning lettermen, we have Zach Black, our friend, Gary's son. We have Zach Cruz, Logan Fredrickson, Talon Marsh, Hunter Parsons, Hunter Charbonneau, Dominic Solano, and Jake Vegan. We have a squad member, Jaron Perkins. He's a defensive tackle. I'm not sure what squad member is. Maybe on the team, not redshirt freshman. I'm not sure. We don't know we don't have any incoming transfers, but we do have some freshmen coming in, some big boys. Defensive tackle, Josiah Suego, 6'4", 298. Sheesh. Freshman, 18-year-old, 6'4", 298. Dang, that's a big boy. We have Blaine Downing, 6'3", 205. Grayson Schneider, and one of my favorite names, Major Thornhill, 6'3", 210.
It's a solid name.
We lost Brody Grebe, 16 starts last year, and then we lost Blake Schmidt. And our defensive line coach is Nick John Baptiste. It's his 4th year at MSU.
What do you think of his coaching style? Anyone who's gotten any chance to look at it, I haven't really paid too much attention.
I hear the players love it. And that's what Gary told me, and that they really respond to his personality and his I guess style. I haven't seen him coach. He seems like when he has his interviews that he is a very positive guy, but a loud guy too. And I guess if you're going to be coaching defensive line, you're going to need to be kind of big. He's a big dude. You want to be a guy that preaches violence. I didn't get that from him, but I don't know. Zach, any information on Coach Nick John Baptiste, BAP as they call him?
I don't think so. The only thing I got to really add for this group is I feel like our D line is the most Montana group we have. Albeit it feels like that's like the most Montana kids are on the D line.
Huh. It's deep though, isn't it, Thorny?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that
no
jumps
transfers
out, to me
out
is,
too.
Yeah, it's just we've for so long have had studs on the defensive line. The amount of studs we have this year and the guys that we can bring in and not miss a beat seems unlike any other year I've ever seen. And that's what makes me happy, because when I was watching the games in the past couple of years, say 5 years, we get down into those nitty-gritty playoff games and we're playing the Jackrabbits or the Bison. Where do they beat us? They beat us on the defensive line typically. And they beat us with the depth. It's not the starters, it's the depth. It's the guys that they can bring in wave after wave. And it's the third and the fourth quarter and they're bringing in fresh legs, and then we have Seabass, Sebastian Valdez. We have, those guys on the front line, but they're just taking their hits over and over again. If we can continue to refresh them with our depth, I think we're there, guys. I think we're really going to get close to this pinnacle that we're chasing, right?
So my question is, what makes this group deeper or better than last year?
Experience, and you only lose 1.5 guys.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, you lose Brody Grebe. To be honest with you, like that's a bad thing, losing Brody, but didn't spread the wealth? Like people are going to focus on Kenneth Iden. Does that free up Zach Cruz to have like a monster year? I think it does.
I think we need guys like Zach Black and Taylon Marsh and those kinds of guys to really step up.
Yeah. So if Alec Eckert, Zach Black, Talon Marsh, Hunter Charbonneau, those defensive tackles of those guys can start eating up blocks and complement Brott in the middle, it's game over, boys. I mean, our defensive ends. I can't wait to watch.
I don't know.
Zach Cruz.
Yeah.
It's
I'm a little hesitant with this group, I guess.
Why, Thorny? What do you need?
Group.
What do you need?
What?
Yeah,
we got pushed around in Frisco, and this group is like down our best player. Like what? They're not going to be worse, but are they going to be better?
So let's go back to that a little bit. Of who did the Seahawks take with the 18th overall pick who's been just tearing it up in the preseason? It's Gray Zabel. It's the left tackle for North Dakota State. Seahawks took him with the first overall, the 18th pick in the first round. That dude has been a stud already for the Seahawks. He's going to be their starting left tackle to start. And it's one of those things where it's like they just had some linemen, and they had a couple other linemen get drafted that they just, turns out, had an NFL caliber offensive line.
So we're banking on NDSU just not having as good offensive line. Is that our?
I don't think they're going to have I don't think they're going to have their left tackle go start for an NFL team next year. Put it that way.
Sure.
As well as you've put.
I mean, you never know.
The rest, you've put the rest of our squad in the weight room for a year. You've put the rest of the squad in the system.
I'm really hoping those guys that haven't played much yet are the guys that are going to take us to the next level.
Yeah.
Because we know what the starters can do. But it was tough last year. I think losing Blake Schmidt was big.
Huge.
And I think he would have been big depth down the stretch there. You just need the depth. And it's not proven just yet.
Well, I think that's coming. I think losing Blake Schmidt last year and also Valdez going to Washington was ginormous.
Yep.
Is Valdez worth 3 points in Frisco? I think he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, having brought Eckert, Schmidt, and Valdez would have been friggin' ridiculous.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Nasty.
Thanks, modern day college football.
So yeah, we're like a yin and yang. Thorny's a little bit doubtful. I'm pretty much, optimistic on this group. I think this is.
I watched them play in scrimmage. I thought they were the best unit we had on the field.
Yeah, and that was reinforced by some guys online too.
Yeah, I love to hear it.
This is a deep group.
Yeah. They look scary.
I don't know if we have the star power. Yeah, I guess we do. I mean, I think Zach Cruz or Kenneth Hyden could be just as good, if not better, than Brody Grebe when it's all said and done. Complement that with Paul Brott in the middle. I'm finding it hard to punch holes in this argument, Thorny, that we're going to be better. So
this is a unit a year ago that was 3 points from a national championship and didn't give up pretty much anything for most of the year to anybody.
Pooping on Thorny right now. Pile it on.
Poop away.
And if we are going to have
one of these
more
things where we've thought this many times before.
Listeners,
this
come
is the
after
year.
Ryan
This is the
Thornberg.
year the D-line is better than last year, and then every year it's not in terms of the Dakotas.
Cat on Bobcat Nation. Direct your comments at him. I would love to light him up. Roast him.
We get a test right off the bat. We'll know if you're right or wrong within the 2 weeks of September.
Alrighty. Let's get into linebackers. So returning starters, we have Neil Daly. Other returning lettermen, we have Bryce Grebe, Ryan Craig, Cole Taylor, and Zach Weibel, who is a junior. I didn't know that. Red shirts have Ryan Bowles, Mason Deathman, and Joshua Woodbury. Returning squad members, we have Brock Steele. We don't have any incoming transfers. Incoming freshman Xavier Aarons, who recorded 2 sacks in the scrimmage. I thought that was pretty cool. And Vinny Souza. We lost Danny Yu and McKade O'Reilly. And our linebackers coach, one favorite, Jody Owens, Mount Rushmore, Bobcat player for Ryan Foley. I think we get faster. That's my take on our starting linebackers. I think Neil Daly and Bryce Grebe are faster than Danny Yu and McKade O'Reilly. That's my take. I thought our linebacker core was when Danny Yu went out. It was the weak spot in our defense last year.
We were slow.
Yeah. It was not a bad unit by any stretch, but yeah, Danny Yu was like that energy. McKade really stepped up. It was really good to see him do that, and that's going to be a loss. But yeah, there was definitely some room for improvement on like sideline to sideline speed.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see if the guys Daly and Grebe can do that. I don't remember a lot of Grebe in my head, how fast he is.
He was thrown in the deep end last year. He was swimming. And when I look at those other returning lettermen, Bryce Grebe, Ryan Cray, Cole Taylor, Zach Weibel, all those guys had their moments of like, what's going on last year? And that's the cool thing to me this year is like, they went through that last year. Like there's some things you just have to go through before you get better. I would say playing middle linebacker, Mike or Sam linebacker for the Montana State Bobcats, you just got to be out there and see it. The game has to slow down for you, and you're not going to get there until you feel it. And so those boys who we just talked about, those men we just talked about, they're already there. So I would assume that the linebackers take a big jump this year just because of experience, the letterman returning. Because let's say Daly does go down, I mean, we were salivating over Daly last year. His frame alone and his speed, just his instincts were off. I think the game is going to come easier for him. He's going to be able to diagnose the play, be faster in his reads. But let's say he does go down. You know, some guys is going to get banged up. It's linebacker. It's the spot. I like the depth coming back, but that depth was all cultivated last year. They were all swimming or trying to swim last year, and so
Some of the best parts about being in a position like Montana State, North Dakota State has benefited from this from years. When you're blowing teams out and you're getting all those guys the reps throughout the regular season and you're playing all the extra football, which includes extra practices, it's so much extra time the players get to develop. So you have these guys like, okay, haven't seen them. These are kind of guys that played a little bit, but it's most of them proven guys here, but they've played a lot of football and they've had a lot of practice.
It's your second half against Mercyhurst and Northern Colorado and a couple teams like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not only that, they have
I guess other teams won still, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is another group where it's like it's like a tough sell to me that it's gonna be better.
Really? Okay.
It's hard when you lose guys like Danny Yu and McKade O'Reilly. And
yeah.
It's just some big names and some solid players and guys that haven't started a lot. Regardless of how much, but they've played, they just haven't started. So it's like it has certainly potential, but it's just like it's not like an instant. All right, we're gonna be so good. To just jump off the page. To me,
Mr. I just have a hard time seeing as much in-person Bobcat football I saw last year and on the sidelines and with the scrimmage and as much spring ball as I saw. I have a hard time seeing much of a drop off with this defense. If any, I think they're going to be better. Just there's something about seeing the size and just the speed and hearing the cracks. It's like these guys look like last year.
That's all I can do is trust the eyeballs of other people that are watching these things because it's one of those things. I don't get to see them.
I just can't portray my eyes
until they
on
start
that.
playing. And
I had some real questions about the secondary, and we'll talk about them in a second. And, man, watching that scrimmage, I felt really confident, even with some of the size that I saw.
Returning starter. None. Not a single defensive back returning starter.
My last thoughts on the linebackers for me before we jump into the pool of uncontested returning lettermen. Jody Owens, coaching his natural position for his alma mater, couldn't be better. I think having him there's a reason there, Thorny, to make you optimistic that we're going to be better.
No,
Number two,
I agree.
Again, like losing Danny Yu and McKade, or McKade didn't go down. Danny Yu did. But Danny Yu went down mid-season against Idaho, like exactly mid-season. There was a lot of time when we weren't playing without Danny Yu. And so, again, I'm going to lean into my take of, hey, those guys, those returning lettermen, Bryce Greeby, Ryan Craig, Cole Taylor, Zach Weibel, they got touches last year and quite a few. So the experience has already been, there. And can they just build off of that and play fast as our new defensive coordinator says? What's the biggest thing he wants us to do? Play fast. And so, I don't know, boys. I'm bullish when it comes to linebackers and the defensive line. All right, Thorny, why don't you take the defensive backs?
Oh, I wasn't ready for this. Hope I can pronounce the names correctly. No returning starters. All right, returning lettermen. We got Takari Carr. We got J.J. Dolan, Caden Dowler, Taden Gray, Jace McMillan, Coulter Petrie, Taki Ulalakipa. Finally, I think we learned that one after years of saying Danny Yu. Carson Williams, freshman, and returning squad members, Jackson Harmon. See, Jackson Harmon played, so like, why is he just a squad member? Was he like not? Was he a walk-on?
No one knows.
Just squad member being like
that wasn't just some guy that like, who's that? Like, he played. He's an interception last year.
Do a Google search. What does it mean to be a squad member?
And you got red shirts. You got Corey Boyd, Seth Johnson, and Brendan Ross.
Boy.
Incoming transfers, we got Bryant Meredith. Where is he transferring from? A JC, right? Oh, great. Here we go. Ife Oholete. Damn it. And then Bryson Parker is no longer transferring here.
It's turning into a Key
So-
and Peele sketch real quick.
Just one.
Ingle
Felt
McCringer.
pretty good about the other ones. Maybe I was wrong, but and then a bunch of freshmen coming in too. There's a lot of bodies in this room. We got Marcus Coleman II, Hayden Gunlock. That's a decent
Great
name right
name.
there. Luke Oxarart. And Tim Thomas II. 2 freshmen that are the seconds. Look at us. Starters lost: Miles Jackson, Rylan Ort, Drew Polidor, Andrew Powdrell, and Simeon Woodard, and John Johnson. Whoa, that's a good group of players right there going out the door.
Yeah.
So I think if you ask anybody in Bobcat land, where are your eyes looking defensively? What are we worried about? I think everyone's going to say this: the backfield. We lost everybody.
Yeah.
Somebody give me some reason to be happy.
I'm trying to find one, man. I'll give you a reason to be happy. The young defensive backs are hungry. They are, I would say, even playing with a huge chip on their shoulder because they're, Simi's gone, Ort's gone, Polidor's gone.
Miles Jackson.
All they're hearing about this is this. They're like, hey, we're still here. Takari Carr, he's like, I'm a junior. I'm going to talk the most trash you've ever heard, and I'm going to bring it. I like that. Here's where it gets iffy for me, and I'm not talking iffy Olete. I'm talking
nice.
Oh, yeah, I'm bringing the juice today, boys. Caden Dowler, Taden Gray, and Taki Yu. Those are the guys we will have to depend on as far as our nickel safety combo. To me, that sounds like an injury waiting to happen.
Well,
I hate to say it.
Dallin's a proven commodity, but unfortunately, he's also a proven, as Foley likes to say, hurt guys get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of my
we'll see if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, I think it was
He's
our
good.
buddy
he's
Pete. He sent me. I asked him for a buy or sell last night, and he said, "Buy or sell, Keaton Dowler will play in at least 10 games this year."
Oh, jeez.
Ooh,
it's impressive.
I don't
know.
want to.
Do we even answer this one?
No, I don't want to answer that. I'm not going to.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to answer that. You don't put that one into existence. Thanks,
Yeah.
Pete. I mean, that's a good moment to reflect on. But
it is.
It's a good question. I just don't want to answer it.
Yes.
I think the backup safeties, Ife Olete and Brian Meredith, I think that's why we brought those guys in. But I think what I'm most excited for as far as this young group is our young and upcoming talent from Texas, our cornerbacks, the speed that we have. And I think they're going to play. We're hearing that they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. Out of camp, we're hearing that the most smack talked on the entire field is from Takari Carr.
I mean, I'd be disappointed if a cornerback wasn't your leading smack talker.
Yeah, I feel like that's
how cool is it
too?
Smack talks the most
year after year. It should always be the secondary yapping the most.
Yeah,
you got to be a cocky mofo to play cornerback.
Thorny, you're worried about the
have
D-line.
some upcoming Montana.
My
Go
worry,
ahead, Zach.
My worry is the definitely the quarterbacks with Oregon because they have those big 5-star, 6'5" receivers with speed.
All right.
If we get blown out by Oregon,
it's okay. Apparently, we're going to sack his quarterback every play. From what?
Yeah, if we get blown out by Oregon, that's one of the reasons I think it is going to be why. Ooh, a little Rainier.
Why are we holding the Rainier beer to my face? Just showing us your Rainier beer.
Rainier. Hey, here's why they're going to take a step this year. It's because the defensive line is going to get home. They're going to be able to come along in this season and kind of gain some confidence because not everything's going to be put on them right away because our defensive line is going to be able to dominate. Synergistically. See how that works there, Thorny?
Why did I get singled out?
Because you have
I feel like you're looking for a reason to like doubt the group a little bit. Like not to get the hopes too high.
Me or Foley?
You.
yeah. Who's the
Foley's been
Eeyore here? Who's the guy that's
surprisingly
drinking
happy
the
in this
Kool-Aid?
segment. Little surprised. He's trying to set expectations. We're like, woo, we're going 14-1.
Thorny's like, I don't know. These sound okay, but we lose a lot of guys. I just don't know if it's gonna work out.
Oh yeah, losing every single starter we had is usually everyone loves that. Every program loves that. Every fan loves that. I'm completely alone in this.
Well, look around the FCS. Everybody else is losing just as much.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it.
We lost Miles Jackson, Rylan Ort, Drew Polidor, Andrew Paljo, Simeon Woodard. Of that group, Ort, number one biggest loss.
Yeah,
I think Ort was the culture setter. Like he was Montana State. I think that was his biggest. Well, not the biggest asset to the team, but I think his personality plus his play were equal. Like they were well balanced, like the yin and the yang. You hear people talk about like the culture last year. They referred to Ort as the guy that kind of like he was the general, as they say. I also think Simeon was a big loss. Simeon played all 4 years, and so he had
a long time.
Yeah.
But it went fast because he was a true freshman. He wasn't like one of those 5th year, 6th year, 7th year, even 8th year guys that we see. He was a 4-year starter piece. He's done. But Ort's going to be hard to replace. Polidor, man, we loved Polidor. But again, Polidor was hurt like off and on. But man, he had juice. He had absolute juice. I don't know if we have a guy in the back end that has that juice like he does.
He's a big man.
Yeah. He's the guy who could lay the wood.
He was.
Yeah. When he made a play behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. And that guy made it hit the stadium with, ooh.
Yeah.
He's the guy who made the guys start hearing footsteps over the middle.
Yeah. That was the guy. He was taking your head off.
Like that.
Yeah.
Have we always had just a cornerbacks coach and then a safeties and nickels coach? So we had 2 coaches back there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have.
Huh. Who was the cornerback coach last year then?
Our safeties coach.
Brian Shepard. Yeah. Who was our safeties coach?
Oh, I meant our safeties coach moved to corners this year. I don't know who our cornerback coach was last year.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of guys here. And there's some talent. Some heralded talent. We'll see who steps up.
All right.
Why is that funny?
I don't know why that was funny. All right. I'm just going to read the one I wrote. Buy or sell, boys. The defense will be better this year.
Sell it for me.
Oh,
clearly.
Seriously, Thorny, is that really how you feel?
I think if it goes from like a 9.5 to like a 9, that is technically worse.
Okay.
So,
it's going to be bad by any stretch.
Do you have
a slight sell?
Yeah. Do you have the metric of how many points we gave up last year?
18.3.
If you told me that was more just because the Oregon game becomes an outlier, I'll sell as well. If that's the metric we're going off.
I mean, you could go off yards per game as well. So we were first in giving up 311 yards per game.
I still don't think we'll hold Montana to 11 points in the brawl. So I'm gonna sell slightly and I'm gonna go off points. We'll give up more points this year, but just slightly.
Okay. So Zach is selling that the defense is going to be better.
Yeah, I'm selling it, but just slightly.
Ryan Foley's buying. The defense is going to be better. I'm buying. I'm optimistic on Coach Howe being our defensive coordinator. I was a huge fan of Bobby Daly. Still am to this day. I think he could be a great head coach for us later on. I think Coach Howe brings an energy that is infectious. He wants to play violent. He wants to play fast. And I think these boys are playing with a little bit of the chip on their shoulder with a little bit to prove. And that's coming across in their preseason interviews that you see. I think the depth was cultivated last year through attrition, through injury. I think we have a chance to be better. I mean, can we still be number one overall in the Big Sky? We should. We're the number 2 team in the nation right now. We should be right up there. I think our defensive line is going to be the best unit in the whole FCS, the best defensive line in the whole FCS. And we have the depth that Thorny doesn't believe we do. I think our young defensive backs are fast, absolutely blazing speed fast. And that quick feet solves a lot of problems when you're backpedaling or whatever you're doing in your coverage. Those boys that we have from Texas were elite runners, and now they're playing on the field. They have something to prove. Guys, I guess when it comes down to it, I want this defense to be known as a defense that plays fast and plays nasty. I want violence and effort. I think that's what this team will be. If they hang their hats on that, it's going to be a great year. I'm buying.
I think a lot of it's going to come down to coaching, if it can be better or not. With Howe taking the reins, we'll see what kind of scheme. We'll see injuries for sure. That's always there, right?
Yeah.
We had some big injuries last year, and we still persevered through a lot of it.
Here's a buy or sell for you. I wrote this down. Playing fast and violent is more important than scheme.
False.
Okay.
I mean, talent at the FCS level can cover up a lot of coaching things.
True.
But I think I agree, though.
That's why Troy was so good.
Yeah.
So, Zach, you're a soft buy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to buy as well. I think scheme is important, but I think playing fast and with violence is equally, if not more, important. Please buy. Man. I'm getting hyped, boys. I'm sweating over here just thinking about it. Whew, man. We should do this more often. I'm juiced, boys. This is it.
I can't believe we're 12 days away from recording this from first kick.
All right. Whew, all right. Now time to put a wet blanket on the show. We're going to play Name That Cat, where Thorny versus Zach are going to go 1v1 on a player I picked from the roster. I'm going to give you 4 possible names for this player. Now, here's a little interesting factoid about this. I picked all names that started with a J. All right, are you guys ready? Get your phones out, ready to text me your response on this. This young man.
You're standing by.
All right, here we go. Computer loading. There he is. I'm going to read his full bio because he does not have a lot. In 2024, he played in 6 games. He had 4 catches for 15 yards. He caught 2 against Maine, 1 each against Utah Tech and Northern Colorado. In 2023, he redshirted, played in 2 games, catching 2 passes against Northern Arizona. That's all I'm going to give you. Is this Javonte King? Is this Jacob Trimble, Jabez Woods, or Jackson Harmon?
I don't remember the names, but I text you the number of the guy you said.
We have one ding today, fellas.
And it's Zach.
No, it's Thorny.
Ooh.
Thorny got it right.
Wow.
This is Javonte King, 6'4", 220 sophomore from Blackfoot, Idaho.
Yeah.
Yep,
One of the Kings.
that's him. Jacob Trimble played in way more games his freshman year.
2 it wasn't really. It was definitely not Tremble. I knew that.
Yeah.
Good job. And then
Yeah,
Jackson
said, Zach?
Harmon is a defensive player, so I snuck that one in. So really you had Jabez Woods, who hasn't played much at all.
No. I wasn't sure if it was Woods or King.
Yeah.
I was like back and forth.
Good job, Thorny. Good job, buddy. Yeah.
Takes the lead.
All right. Thorny's up 2-1. All right. Zach, time to debut your gambling game, or tell us more about it, I suppose.
We got FCS football and we've got Big Sky football. This is going to be easier as it goes on. I'll just do a little explaining right now. So 3 Big Sky games. We're going to predict the Big Sky games. I was able to find a solid line for one of them, and the other 2 were I had to find some AI fun stuff to find lines because it's early and nobody cares about Big Sky football until the real teams start playing. So what I'm going to give you is I'm going to announce the game. I'm going to tell you what team is favored and by how many points. And you are going to tell me if you think they are going to win by that many points or not. So pretty easy. So I will start the first one and I'll kind of walk us through it and tell us this. Portland State hosts Tarleton State at Hillsborough Stadium this Saturday. Tarleton State is favored to beat Portland State by 10.5 points. Now, if you're new to gambling and don't know anything, they do this 0.5 to basically declare a winner, so there's no ties of even money. So
Tarleton ranked?
I feel they are.
Yeah, I think they are. Right? So they have to come to Portland from Texas.
They are ranked.
So, Zach, what do you need from us? You need us to tell if that's going to be true or false?
Do you think Tarleton will beat Portland State by 10.5 points or not?
So, basically, they to cover or not to cover?
Yep, exactly.
They're covering. They're going to wax Portland State into the fake turf and the fake stadium.
Does Portland State have Dante Sachre coming back? No? Did he graduate?
He did. He had 1 year left. I think he just graduated and left.
You know Barney's got sewn up his sleeve over there.
10.5 points. Hillsborough, week 0.
In front of nobody.
In front of nobody.
Absolutely not a single person.
Thorny is saying, yes, they cover. I think Portland State. No, I don't think Tarleton State is going to cover. I think it's going to be closer than 10.5.
Okay, by 20. That's kind of where I'm going to.
Who?
Portland State's bad, folks.
I'm going with fully. I think it's going to be closer than 10.5 points.
Okay. Are you
keep in mind weird craps happens a la Portland State should have beat UC Davis last year.
They'll be shell shocked, I guess, maybe when they get to Hillsborough that this is a real life thing that they're doing.
All right. Next one. Idaho State goes to Allegiant Stadium to play UNLV. DraftKings line is 24.5 points favoring UNLV over Idaho State.
That's a big line.
It's a big line right off the bat.
20.
UNLV is breaking in a new coach in Dan Mullen, former Mississippi State and Florida coach.
Oh, I'm taking the under.
I think
Idaho State can.
I'm taking UNLV in the
Idaho
points.
State.
I'll tell you that right now.
I'll take Idaho State to cover that.
All right. Thorny? Or Fully? Sorry.
Idaho State.
Yeah, I'm taking Idaho State to cover that.
Idaho State. Okay. Final one. UC Davis and Mercer go down to play a neutral site game for the FCS kickoff in Alabama. This one is a pick 'em.
That makes things weird.
Yeah, I couldn't find much. Mercer's a ranked team. They had a good season last year. Davis is also a ranked team. This is just straight up, no points. Who do you think is going to win this game?
Davis.
I think I'm on that vote too. All right, I will put that in the spreadsheet, and those are the first 3 games to go.
Nice. All righty.
I like it.
Nice little segment there, Zach. You got a name for this segment?
I thought about doing Lavier's locks of the week, but I don't know yet.
That's good. That's good.
Lavier's locks. All right.
Is it hair or is it gambling? No one knows.
Nobody knows.
Ooh, all right, boys. Running up against the hour, so it's about time to get into the Golden Coolie questions. Not much on the Bobcat Nation.
He said it was kind of weak this week.
The Golden Coolie question thread is interesting lately. It's a bunch of guys talking about anything besides questions. They're just debating like the Oregon game. All of a sudden, I'm like, is this a question or is this just commentary at this point? It's kind of funny. All right. Oh, but wait, we got a couple. CNC Cat says, which player on this year's defense are you most excited to watch? Ooh, I think for me, Zach Cruz.
Neil Daly.
I was going to say Neil Daly too.
Is Daly from Helena?
That was Billings.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right on that.
I think you're thinking of all the other Dailies.
Yeah. I think they were not related,
from
but both from
Helena.
Billings.
All right. So both of you say Daly. I'm going Zach Cruz. Love his toothless smile.
Hockey player.
Man, I would listen to, who was it talking? Coulter and some outgoing guy I can't give credit to right now.
Austin Parr, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's him. Thanks for getting that one. Talk about Zach Cruz, and everything he went into, he was good at. He dropped basketball because he wanted to wrestle. He played basketball, did everything, man. He's just a stud in it all. I just think that's cool. I think that guy's driven. All right. We did have a Golden Coolie question from Joe Bobcat. Have you guys enjoyed hearing the big loud ATV pulling the equipment cart roar past at least one ongoing interview each day of fall camp, effectively drowning out the interview?
Well, I already established that I don't really listen to them, so
just rolling coal next to the interviews.
Yes, and I just started laughing because he is so right. I've watched so many of these interviews, and they got like one of those side by sides, and it is the loudest side by side ever. And they're just picking up like tackling dummies, putting it on, and just like roaring past, and they're he goes, I found myself wondering how awesome it would be if they just really took the muffler off. Or is the muffler off already? Oh, that one is so good.
Funny.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, you got him, buddy. He's so spot on this.
Speaking of
Coach
interviews,
Began's recent, his one just got disrupted by it just yesterday. It's so good though. But yes, go ahead, Zach.
Coach was in a suit today at the opening, and I almost opened up a fully F&F fashion watch, but I did not get a full
Which
look
one
at
was
what
it?
he was wearing. It was that kind of light blue jacket that he has with a little bit of the stripe pattern.
Yeah, I know
Pulls
which one
it
you're
out a couple
talking
times
about.
a year. Yeah.
I saw him debut one that I hadn't recognized early, but there'll be a fully fashion watch for sure coming up. Can't wait.
Next
Pocket
week.
Square coach Molly, I know you're listening. You can influence this. Let's see it this year.
We've given up on baloney. We're just dying on the hill of the Pocket Square.
Okay, so here's an alternate. If we're not going Pocket Square, have coach dress it down a little bit this year. No tie, just open collar.
Open collar.
Or let's go even
So
when it gets
chest
cold.
hair.
Yeah.
Bow tie.
No, turtleneck.
With the chain.
Now you're just
turtleneck
losing me,
chain.
man.
Yeah.
No, so in early fall, coach, no tie, open collar. You can do so, Molly. Here's how. You can either do both, Pocket Square and open collar. That'll be a sure sign that you listen to us.
Happy start
Let's
of the
hear it.
football season, folks.
I'd like everyone to know right now that Foley has a mullet.
He does currently have a mullet.
Just you're taking fashion advice from a guy with a mullet who's not like 23.
Clearly not.
He's gonna come in
So
with
anyway,
a
just keep that in mind.
plaid ripped off sleeve shirt to teach his class this year.
You've had that thing for a while now.
Yeah,
I just assumed you'd try it once and then like a month later be gone, or not even a month, but it's still
Still going
flowing out
strong.
that hat.
Multitude. All right, those are the golden coolie questions I have.
I have only one on Twitter. Bobcat Football Blitz asks us, will the Cats ratchet up the pressure or rely on their front four only? We're going to blitz more, or are we going to try and get home with 4? I think it'll be about the same.
Yeah,
Or
I
we
don't
send
think
pressure
it's gonna
only when we
change.
kind of have to. What was that, Zach?
I don't think it's going to change.
From Daly, who's our guy before Garza? Garza, there was no pressure.
None.
Daly, we had more pressure,
But not a lot.
but
a
not a lot.
decent amount. A decent
Yeah,
amount.
a decent amount. More, definitely more than Willie Max, and even Freddie Banks.
Is Freddie Banks?
I think
still at
Hal brings
Colorado
more
State?
pressure than Daly. I think there is going to be more pressure. I think that just fits Hal's personality. I think he likes playing kind of violent like that. Daly to me felt like the guy that was playing in chess when everybody else was playing checkers. And Hal doesn't seem like that guy to me. At least his personality doesn't come across like that. Not to say he's dumb or anything, or not as intelligent as Daly. He just seems more energetic, for lack of a better word. And so maybe I'm just like saying because he's more energetic in my brain. That's not the right word. I'm struggling to find it. That he's
You're
going to
doing
be
great.
more aggressive with his play calling.
Here's a fun one. Where is Freddie Banks currently a defensive coach?
Colorado State.
No, he's probably some D2 now.
No.
Or did he get bumped up? Is he in like the SEC now?
He is the associate head coach and defensive backs coach for Wake Forest.
Huh. Let's move up.
Yeah.
Eh.
Also, where did Freddie Banks go to college? Kind of a shocker. Do not remember.
That was NDSU.
Yep, he was
Yeah,
at
he's NDSU.
He was at Mercyhurst, then NDSU. Weird.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
That's a
Didn't know that. He was only
popular
here
path.
for like 9 months, but
And saw
Detroit-
the talent he had. Just got out while.
did Troy Anderson get him a Mountain West defensive coordinator job?
Yes, absolutely, he did. Him and Trey Webb.
And
got him
Daniel
a
Hardy.
job.
Daniel Hardy and Troy Anderson got Freddie Banks a Mountain West coaching job.
Several guys that had a decent sniff in the NFL.
Oh, man.
Was our defense ever as bad in the last 5 years as when we played against Oregon State? That was the worst defense I can remember.
That was bad.
Oh, gosh.
We say that, but again, Oregon State was the number 10 team in the country that year.
Yeah, defense just wasn't great that year, though.
It wasn't great, but...
Gosh, what a fun weekend until the game, right, Thorny? Like, we were just living it up in Portland, having so much fun,
Woo!
like, so excited about this. Like,
yeah, that's what those trips are for, though, those FPS trips. You know, it's kind of...
Yeah.
Most likely, it's more of a vacation, have some fun, don't expect too much out of the game.
That stupid chainsaw they played revved up all the freaking time. Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
They were
All right.
cutting us down.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, that Oregon... Yeah. Remember, that Oregon
Jeffrey
State team
Manning.
was really good.
Freaking
They were
Jeffrey Manning.
really good. No one knew it at the time.
Yeah.
But they turned out to be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
They beat
legit.
Florida.
Their
in a bowl
offensive
game
line
30
was
to
like
3.
elite.
Yeah. They were 10-3.
All right. So back to the Golden Coolies. I got to give it to Joe Bobcat because he just, like, his thing about the loud ATV.
That's pretty funny.
It was funny. And he said, looking forward to listening to you guys again this year. I feel like we're picking up listeners just like, oh, yeah, the Cat Cast is starting. I hope this is the banner year for the Cat Cast, to be honest with you. Like, I hope we reach more and more cat fans than we ever have. So if you're out there, share with your friends. My mom told me a fun story. I was back in Montana, and she was like, she was visiting with who knows who, and there's this young boy there, and I think he's wearing Bobcat gear or something like that. And my mom was like, engaged him in some Bobcat talk, and she goes, "Well, my son does a Bobcat podcast." He goes, "Is the RnR?" She goes, "Yeah." And we got like 12-year-olds out there listening to us, guys. So,
yeah,
that's awesome. So I was stoked to hear that.
It's always good to hear
Yeah.
when you catch a random fan in the wild, or at least someone that like knows about you or whatever. It's cool.
Yeah,
it makes you feel warm and fuzzy.
All right.
All the feelings.
I don't got anything else. I was going to ask you guys to rank Doritos, but I might hold on to that one. And this doesn't really fit into any of our conversation. Yeah, I guess it was a buy or sell. I always try to pepper a buy or sell in there that doesn't actually fit. I'm going to
have anything to do with anything.
Yeah, put that one back in the Rolodex of questions again for us.
Cool Ranch better than nacho cheese.
It's going to be boring content from me.
Yeah.
Because I don't eat very many Doritos.
All right.
Cool Ranch. Is that even still a flavor? I haven't had Cool Ranch Doritos in probably 10 years.
It is. Well, it's pretty good stuff.
Sorry, spoiler. Let's save it. Save the talk for the real question. Whenever he springs it, week 7. Circling back. That's a real question. You thought it was gone. It's back.
All right. All right, Thorny. Why don't you take us out?
All right. Well, that was fun. Defense check. Offense check. Game preview next time as we preview our first week opponent, Oregon. All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Appreciate it. You can always find us on the web, rrcatcast.com. Find us on Twitter, rrcatcast, Instagram, rrcatcast. Shoot us an email, rrcatcast@gmail.com. And fellas, let's get out of here. Let's go Cats.
Go Cats.
Go Cats.